Alright, hello everyone. Taking a little break from the Halloween games and just going to do a quick little playthrough of Black Desert Online. And as you can see, my camera's not up today. I'm kind of in a kind of cluttered location, so I don't want to have that showing. But I actually recently picked this up. It is an MMO, similar to EverQuest and such. The basics, I haven't played much of it. I did mess with it a couple days, these last couple days. It is one of those interesting ones that seems like that you can actually put your characters on any server, from what it looks like so far. I don't really care what the server is. I made Arania. Unfortunately couldn't use her true name. I'm a little bit haven't figured out exactly how to do some of that stuff. Crimix, I made a brawler style class. And Kalea, I also could not use her true name. It was already taken as well. But I have figured out how to make long names like I did with Crimix here. So I'll show you the character design if it lets me create another character, just to kind of showcase the different classes. Typical tank warrior type. You can actually choose from him if you like that one. You can actually go from it. It says human warriors are skilled fighters, balanced abilities in both attack and defense. Using sword and shield as main weapons, they are the best weapon wielders among all races. While in battle, warriors show off their intrepidity with the storm-like barrage of melee combat attacks. Then you got Ranger. Of course, the way that they draw it, only certain male or female can only be certain types for some reason. Kind of weirded out that you can't customize whether you're male warrior, female warrior, stuff like that. Haven't seen that in a long time. Ranger obviously shoots with ranged attacks and such. I'll let you kind of read that instead of reading it all out. Kind of interesting, she follows my mouse cursor. Alright, Sorceress. This is kind of the crowd control class of this one, I believe. From what I can tell, I mean, it's showing that she's controller, so that would almost make sense. It's kind of weird that you can't rotate the character, I guess because I'm not in the customization part. As you can see, they control the battlefield with their melee and ranged attacks. So, but like I said, I'm pretty sure it sounds like they're the crowd control of this game in particular. Alright, Berserker. Double axes. Works probably kind of similar to most of the Berserkers of most other games. All attack and defense, but kind of throw out evasion and such, but to a certain extent. Tamer, it's your pet class of this. Kind of weird. She kind of looks like a little girl, but I guess I'm assuming it's a elf of some sort. Can't really see her ears. No, actually, they're not pointed, so it might actually count as a human. Support healing, or Headlang, the divine beast. So that, like I said, this seems to be like the summoner type class in this one. Alright, Striker, that's the class that I chose for Crimix. He's pretty much like a monk style character, fighting with hand-to-hand attacks and kicks and martial arts style. I actually think I kept the same hairstyle and everything just about. Alright, these two are actually kind of similar to one another. I think they're the kind of a samurai class. Oddly enough, this guy does look a lot like the guy from shoot, Soul Calibur. The samurai guy from that one, oddly enough. Oriental martial arts style with blade and a horn bow. And then this is the female version of him. Pretty much exactly the same info. And funny thing, she kind of looks like one of the girls off of off the Soul Calibur game. Valkyrie sounds kind of like a combination of a healer / paladin style. Truly divine magic's focused on healing and empowering their enemies rather than harming foes. So I think it's more of the healer class, but with a sword and shield as her weapon. I'm assuming it's supposed to be like the female version of the warrior, but again, more of a healer type instead. Kanuchi kind of reminds you of another girl off of Soul Calibur again. Taki, I think her name was, with the red outfit. All attack, very little defense, pretty much control, and everything is maxed. Oddly enough, that's what I made Kalea in this game, even though in pretty much all other games I was not a combative type with her. Just I wanted to test out the class. So far I really like the class too. The male version ninja. Dark Knight. Your typical long bladed sword with dark attacks. Kind of the, I'm assuming, of the Final Fantasy style genre. And then your two wizard types using elemental attacks. Kind of reminds you of a Rastalin type guy off of Dragonlance. All attack, kind of low on everything else, kind of works okay. Witch, the female version of it. This is what I chose for Aranea because in general her class has always been an elementalist style attack or a summoner of some sort, so to get the proper look and everything I use this one for that. In this aspect I'm going to go through all of the character classes and stuff to get the views of everything. So what we'll do, I'm kind of curious of the Tamer, so we're going to look at that one real quick. Go into creation. Basically in creation here, I chose the name Lidson. That's actually a character name I used for Kalea a long time ago in my D&D days, so I kind of used that to go through the settings, and I figured it wouldn't be picked, so it worked out well that way. Alright, so from this one, basically you can kind of look at their different outfits from the classes, I guess throughout their levels to see what they're going to look like as they level in their game. Now I can actually rotate their things. Apparently she does not have any sort of helmet. Alright. Other than that, custom, you can look at their different views when they're standing in certain positions. I point that way. Laughing. Mm-hmm. Waving. Crying. Sounds like a little kid too. Stomping her feet. Cheese. Kneeling, I assume. Hand out, sir, please. Look at me! Yay! Excited, happy wave. Okay, really excited. Clapping. Huh? Waving to somebody else to come here. A bow. Thumbs down. Explanation. Oh, sorry about our ice maker in the background. Praying, I guess. Sort of laugh. Yelling. Hey, hey, get over here, buddy. I seem some sort of tired. Tapping her fingers together. Stretch. Oh, she's scared. No more, no more. Why's she holding her tongue out? That is one nice thing about this game. Their facial expressions are really, really well done from what I've seen so far. Another stretch. Oh, connection to the server is lost. Alright, give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. I had to go through 3 different servers before I could stay connected, it seemed like. So maybe the servers are having issues. We were looking at the different positions, but I'm just going to go straight down to the bottom. Here, well, yawn. And then the combat types. Okay, so they don't have, she doesn't really have any. Oh, there she goes. Okay, well. Alright, let's go ahead and exit that a second. Basically, weather's just your backgrounds behind the character. It just kind of gives you variations of colors and stuff to make it easier to see, and in some cases not see as bright as that was. Horoscope, basically in the lower right hand corner is the basic sealing stone, which is just one of the many. You click on it and it gives you the type of character you would think that person would be. Dreamer, ambitious, swift. That's actually probably the best one for who I'm planning on making this person. Perseverance, wealth and fame, delicate, sensitive, sociable. Actually works pretty good for that same character. Simple, genuine, knowledgeable, a genius, or an idiot. Elephant, honorable, faithful, obtuse, dedicated, and trusted. Charioteer, takes action, born to wealth, precious, and selfish. Sorry. Careful, eccentric, secretive, short-lived. Goblin is linguist, strong beliefs, intelligible, materialistic, and wise. Key is focused, thirst for knowledge, relaxed, and determined. Hammer is brave, conservative, righteous, collaborative, hot-blooded. Boat enjoys art, optimistic, free, a wanderer. Shield, rational, disciplined, and methodical. I think we're going to pick that one for this one. Okay, and customizations. There is quite a bit of customization in this game. I don't think I'm going to show every little detail here, but basics, you can change your hair type, of course, like pretty much most other games like this. Let's see what we have. Hairstyle for girls, kind of run through real quick. I would like to have pigtails for this character, but it sure doesn't look like they have on this particular class for some reason. Fold in the middle. Kind of a bob cut similar to Yuna from Final Fantasy. Seems like they rip a lot of these from the other series games. Alright, I guess that's gonna have to do because it's closest to pigtails I can see. Alright, basically shape is one I still really don't know exactly a lot about, but you can change the length of different parts of the hair in this one's case. Oh, you have to change adjustable parts, that's right. So this, you can actually shrink the left hand side a little bit more than the right. I'm assuming this is the rear, but I can't tell because I'm not seeing it. Yeah, pretty much rear. Curls, how much curl does the character have in her hair? Same thing works with the male characters as well. It's not making a vast difference to this particular hairstyle though. Doesn't matter so much on this one. It's not like I'm going to keep it. We can go the usual anime color hairs that you can come up with. Not a lot of choices when it comes to red and your standard colors except for black. Blonde is kind of hard to get. It took me a bit to get Crimix's hair to be exactly the dark blonde I would normally give him, but it worked out in the end. Green hair, kind of a really dark red. It ain't actually isn't half bad. The nice thing is you can actually change multiple parts of the hair, so it actually you can kind of customize whether it's a really light red or dark red, stuff like that. But for this character, we're just going to stick to black. Make it all black straight through. So, okay, let's close that one. Face, you got your basic face types. You can do customizations from each face type with different skin colors. I'm not going to mess with that because it took me forever to find the original skin color once I was finished last time. But as you can see, you can go from blues to greens to grays, different things there. Face shape, you can actually customize each individual piece of the face. And again, I'll leave it up to you to decide on what you do, because you can click on that and you can actually make it longer, shorter, stuff like that. It's actually kind of cool how much detail you can put into these characters like this. Makeup, pretty much like girls, you would put eye makeup on, lipstick, blush. The guys have a certain amount of it as well. Being the character, I'm not going to mess with it much, except for we're going to put some density area. Take away shine. Oh, actually, it's making it worse if I take away lower shine. So. Alright, good enough. Alright, eyes. You got different pupil types. Some little stars, a little Pac-Man, something looks kind of like a little parasite. Cat eyes, or that's cat eyes, sorry. Kind of an oval, hearts, different colors. You can even change the color of different pieces too. But we're going to stand standard and standard. Iris, same thing. You can actually kind of make it different looks to it as well, but we're going to keep it the same. Although we're going to change the color. We're going to give her kind of a purple, well, not that light of a purple. And we'll turn up opacity because I want it really a little bit darker. Okay, size. You can really make it large and small. Really, I don't like how shiny it is, though. You can actually change so two different, each eye is a different color too. That's kind of a cool feature too. Alright, whatever. Lens, you can actually change whether you got different types of outside as well, so, but as it stands, we'll just keep it a standard kind of look to it. Okay, reduce the opacity, what's that do? Whether eyes are looking up, down a little bit. Much reflection you have on the center of the eye. Shine, brighter light. Try to get rid of as much of it as possible. Eyeliner, obviously, is how bigger eyelashes are. I don't care. Tattoos, you have different face tattoos. Again, not really a tattoo person either, so let's get rid of that. This is what their expression looks like when they're in this screen. It doesn't actually affect the main game, but you can see roughly what their facial expressions are going to look like during different phases of the game. Oh, she's unhappy. And she's sticking her tongue out. But we'll go back to the original. So that's basically it for that one. Now body, you can pretty much understand what this is going to change. How much height she has, whether she's short, tall, middle of the road. Body shapes, how fat and such she is. I mean, you can individually change certain pieces as well. We're not going to really get into that either. Muscle mass, you can how muscular the person looks. How much their arms are muscly. Again, that's not going to make a variation either. Kind of got a little, not quite middle of the road, but close. Tattoos, body tattoos. What? They got some weird ones. Feather. Yeah. Again, I'm not a tattoo person, so. Edit pose, you can manually make changes what you want it to look like. I haven't really looked into this closely, but it's not something I'm really that worried about at this point either. And you got voices. Similar to the Soul Calibur series, you got your basic so many different voices, and then you can go higher pitch or lower pitch depending on which one you want to do. This character, we want to go higher pitch and see what they got. That almost sounds like a baby though. Alright, so we're gonna go about middle of the road, it sounds like. Well, maybe not. Alright, close enough. If you want to look at it farther, be sure to check out the game itself. It's just a little bit on Steam, but it is pretty decent setup so far. Alright, so for this character, his name is Thea. Oh, Linson, not Lidson. Lee. Yes. Basically, we could switch to her. Whoa. Holy crap, that thing is huge. Alright. Basically, we go connect. from the way I can tell, a lot of this game is built on you learning more about the lands. The more you learn, the stronger you can influence the people of the world in the different sections. Again, I haven't played it but for a couple days just to toy with it to see how it goes. But from what I've gathered, that's what it seems like from the two characters I've actually traveled with a little bit. I will probably restart from scratch on Aranea, as well as Kalea. That way I can get their names properly placed. Whether I do any more of these showings of this will vary whether you guys like it or not. So if you decide you want to see a little bit more of this to see a little bit more of the game, make sure you do leave a like and leave a comment to let me know. If you're curious about a certain class, let me know on that too. I'll try to make one of those and run it for a little while. I'll let you see the intro for sure.
Nauru is the central city of trading. Back when ships from Valencia would anchor in Nauru, children would greet the merchants and fireworks would light the skies. Nauru was a thriving city of sailors and merchants, and crowded areas were guarded by mercenaries. Little did they know what had arrived. Could any of these people know of the Elysian Stone? It is the mythical stone of the ancient civilization, but the dark power it possesses has been hidden by that very civilization. At last, the Elysian was uncovered. A mysterious black smoke rose up over the ridge. It seemed to know exactly where it was headed. To Goma Nauru. The Elysian Stone reverberated. People started to disappear all across Goma Nauru. In the end, there was no one left, and that day was soon forgotten.
Okay, so basically this little dark spirit thing wakes you up. You gotta start doing the little tutorial stuff. As usual, yeah, you... Look around, yeah. Look at her character a little bit. Why she got a giant P on her shirt? Oh no, it's part of the thing. Alright, hit control, click, click, click. Alright, and we now have a mini-map. When you die, you hit 0, you're dead. Duh. Alright. Run over here, because he wants us to run here. Then you run over there, because he wants us to run over there. And up to this thing. It took me a while to figure out this chat stuff that it does. And it makes you use 2 different potions for no apparent reason. Then you can talk to him by using the lower comma. Finding Econ. Sorry guys, I'm not going to read it too much. I've kind of done this a couple times now, but basically you open it up here, tells you what your quest is, typical MMO fashion. One thing it does have that's over a lot of places, you can retrieve the info and you can turn it off the marker and try to get there yourself, or you can click this one and it'll make the character walk there, which is kind of a cool feature too, but again, kind of takes away from what you're doing. So alright, actually you can get from here, you see the different things that you can get through from your window. I'm not going to do a lot, so like I said, I'll go to the main guy over here, let you see what it looks like, because I get to battle after I talk to him a little bit. Press R.
Take a look at this fragrant potion. I have some great stuff made of high quality herbs. An adventurer. Nice to meet you. I'm Arcat.
Turn the mouse on or off.
Attendance reward. They give it to you each time you really do something, I believe.
Receive quest info menu to activate navigation for that quest's destination.
Alright. Again, they give you the little tutorial stuff. T to auto run. Straight to where you gotta go.
Leave Olvia to the vigilantes. We all have a strong attachment to this town.
And basically, this skill, each class obviously has its own skill tree. Soaring kick, flash, summon heal. So it's healing your pet, I guess. Healing lightning ever. Alright, so they want us to bring out our weapon and attack. And down and up. And right. Up and right.
Place it close to the bed.
You can call on me anytime. Alright. Typical MMO fashion, go kill the little bitty creatures that you can kill easy. This is where you can actually practice using different attacks too, not just the ones that kind of told you how to use just a moment ago. Oop. Oh, that's right, I gotta talk to him. Sure. Next, go kill weasels. Running, you gotta use stamina. Again, like most other MMOs. I'm assuming for some strange reason a particular guild's using Tim Allen as their pitcher. Not exactly sure why, but they do. It's kind of an interesting thought. Okay, well, that was the end of that. Right Click to continue. Not even sure whether this character needs to use magic potions much. Defeat foxes. Alright, looting is your usual. Press a button, press another button to loot it all. I mean, it's definitely not going to win any awards for being different. Like I said, it is a little bit cooler to look at. I did press tab. I don't know why she didn't put her weapon away. Cutie somehow. I'd definitely say it's one of the nicer MMOs I've played, graphic-wise. And the little evil entity thing that follows you around kind of reminds me of the one off the Zelda series. But again, defeat 3 wolves. He wants me to talk to him again. Defeat imp soldiers. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Buzzer went off. Continue for a couple minutes more. Since I paused it a couple times. Alright, so down and F actually is a kick. Up and kick is a jump kick. It takes a little bit of getting used to the different button combinations. In that aspect, this is a lot different than most games. It's a couple different combinations of buttons to get your different skills done. So they did do some that's a little bit different. Pick up anything of value. Jarnet support box. Family bound genetics. I wish I could give it to a different character because I didn't want to keep this character, but we'll deal with that later. I can't target him with that very well though. So far, I'm not liking this class as much as the ninja. The ninja, you just like bounce around all over the place. And I could do it with this one too, but as you can see, kind of all over the place. Doing that shit at me. Jolt wave. Imp raiders. Might as well just kill them all. Yeah, I know. I'm a little busy, hold on. Rebar gloves. Okay, right click. Sure, why not? Steel ones. Alright, they gave me rebar gloves, which are better. A little bit better sword. Hey! Alright, so let's run through here as quick as possible to get to the steel ones. Plus I didn't get a chance to really finish looking at my inventory. So there you go, guys. That's the basics of the game. You can basically look at the different description of the things from the tasks window here. After that, it's just a pretty much typical, you look at your different guilds and different NPCs, different things like that from these different areas. Oh, they have a voice chat. I did not know that. I didn't see that before. From this window, you can look at the different dying sets, your skill tree, which apparently I have a couple new skills from the different. You can redeem your points when you get certain points for the game. Socials, different things like that. Not sure what Savage Rift is. I guess it's a kind of a PvP style thing, I guess. Yeah, you need to protect the sealed. Oh, so it's a special battle type thing for it. Other than that, everything's pretty well the same as you normally get. So, I'm going to go ahead and exit out. And like I said, if you like the game style the way it is, you want to see me play a little bit more, please leave a comment, let me know. Alright, take care everyone. Take it easy.